A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to the channel once again. So here we go. Yesterday, I've basically talked a little bit about some more milestone challenges, and today, here they all are. But this is basically the second one that I have out of 3 that I'm going to be doing for today, hoping to bring back the tradition of having 3 milestone challenges a month, usually occurring on the 20th of each month. But unfortunately, this is the 25th of May right now, and well, if I can put the stuff together right, then maybe starting in June, I could probably have that tradition all over again. Until that happens though, well, I'm basically just going to ensure that I continue some of my work as is. Because right now, let's get on to the second milestone, that of which is in this screenshot. Yeah. This time it's about the media tweets. So when it comes to that, I tell you, it's like I've said earlier today, in the previous milestone challenge that's situated on, well, you going on shopping sprees. Well, it seems that I tend to have a lot of new things going around, especially when it comes to the many things that I could potentially upload to the site as is. And my Twitter page has really gotten a big stockpile of new photos and videos, plus a bunch of other things in mind. But in terms of media tweets, this is pretty much just as is. And I don't know about you, but there's not necessarily a whole lot of things going on here in terms of all that good stuff. So let me just tell you that, wow, I don't really have too many good ideas going around, but you know what? It's just that I don't really have a lot of creativity in mind. Especially when I've practically been milking it dry in terms of how my creativity input could have possibly become as big as it could ever be. But I don't know about you, but if you're probably very familiar with the fact that once in a while, there would actually be a vlog that would be centered on jump scares. And I have pretty much been known to do those things every now and then, but lately I haven't been able to come up with good ideas on that sort of thing, but, well, I feel like I should bring that back. So you know what? Let's do that. This is basically what it is. Can you withstand the jump scares? All of them, as you watch this entire video. Now, you know what? It's probably getting old by this point. But you know what? It's been nearly 3 years since I first tried this out. And there have been a lot of people that have made videos that involved a lot of jump scare moments in them. It's a cliche that was so back in the 2010s. But here in the 2020s, I feel like that it could live forever at this point. Jump scares may have been a really big thing in the last 10 years, but that's certainly not just saying that it may have been only popular at that time, and therefore it could potentially be a fad if people try to bring it up today. It's certainly not like Pogs, Tiger Electronics, or many of the other things that have taken place that are considered fads. And you know, speaking of which, I will never forget how Cyberpunk 2077 had become the ultimate fad in all of our lifetimes. I mean, how could they release a game that apparently took so long to make and then all of a sudden, bam, it just gets pulled off because of what had been happening with it. It started off bad, and it always will be bad. So that is to say that I myself am not going to be playing the game. I know that I'm not going to like it. I know I'm not going to appreciate it for what it is. I know I'm not going to have any satisfaction with playing it, even though Keanu Reeves is in there, or anyone else. It's just like when I've talked about Fallout 2076, Grand Theft Auto 5, Roblox, Fortnite, and certainly not playing things like Fall Guys or Animal Crossing New Horizons. And that's mostly because I do not have a Nintendo Switch. Even though there was, of course, that one incident that involved me trying to buy a copy of Persona 5 Strikers on PS4 when all of a sudden I get the freaking Nintendo Switch version instead. And yet they have the decency to claim that it's the PS4 version just because the price tag says so. That is fraud beyond any means. And I'm more than glad that I found out about this as soon as I pretty much unpackaged the whole thing. But overall, I mean, there's really no denying that these days anything could potentially happen. So something like this is probably going to have a lot of explanation. But at this point in time, I guess I won't have lots else to touch up on at this point. So, be that as it may, I feel like I'm probably done at this point, and I'm probably going to have to start going forward with the production of the 3rd milestone challenge video for today. So you know what? I'm just going to call it quits for right now. But I will be back pretty soon today with some more of that exact content. So if you want to see more, go down to my channel. Then make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.